Everyone, today we are going to be discussing the SUMIFS function, ifs with IFS. Let's take a closer look. So today we are going to be discussing the SUMIFS function. Okay, so what is the normal definition of SUMIFS? SUMIFS allows for the summation of a range of cells that meet a number of different criteria. Remember, in SUMIF, there was only one criteria, but the difference between SUMIF and SUMIFS is SUMIF only has one criteria, and SUMIFS, on the other hand, has many different criteria. We can put any number of criteria that we want, and the syntax is how we are going to write it when we want to invoke is equal to SUMIFS sum range criteria range 1 criteria 1 criteria range n criteria n, meaning from criteria range 1 until criteria range n. Okay, so let's take this example that is in our front. So this table has a name here, and the names are Virat Kohli, Shoaib Akhtar, Anushka Sharma, Salman Khan, and various other names. Okay, this is the first column. The second column is fruits: bananas, apples, grapes, bananas, apple, grapes, and then there is the quarterly sale for each fruit. January, this guy has sold bananas. The quantities is 300, apples 500. This woman has sold 300. This guy has sold 600. And in February there are the sales numbers, and in March there are sales numbers as well. So if we look at the questions at the bottom, which asks us how much bananas and oranges Mr. Virat Kohli has sold in the month of January. So from the outset we can just highlight three things: bananas and oranges and Mr. Virat Kohli and the month of January. Okay, so if you want to know how much bananas Mr. Virat Kohli has sold in the month of January, so it's Virat Kohli, bananas, and January. So we are going to apply our SUMIFS function in this cell. So we are going to start by is equal to SUMIFS and bracket start. So what's the sum range? If you remember, in SUMIF the sum range came at last. So in the formula it was last, but in SUMIFS the sum range is first. So we want how much bananas has he sold. So this is the number of bananas in this monthly column, so in January, right? So we are going to choose the sum range like so, and then we are going to add a comma in here, and next is how much bananas and oranges Virat Kohli. So our criteria range 1 is going to be the range where Virat Kohli lies, that is this one. Okay, then we are going to put in a comma here, and then it's asking for criteria. Okay, our criteria is Mr. Virat Kohli. Okay, so we are going to move to the next range. So criteria range 2 is going to be the fruits, since we are looking for bananas, right? So these are the bananas in this range. So then we are going to start put in a comma again, and its criteria 2 is going to be bananas. How much bananas and oranges Virat Kohli has sold in the month of January? So it's bananas. So we are going to select bananas from here, and these are the only two criteria that we want to put in SUMIFS for this particular example. So we are going to close the bracket, and we're going to get our answer. So it's 800. So if we want to double confirm, since this this table is a bit smaller and we want to double confirm volume of bananas that Mr. Virat Kohli has sold, we can take a look at the top. Mr. Virat Kohli bananas 300 and Mr. Virat Kohli bananas 500. So 300 plus 500 is equal to 800. I think our formula application is 100% correct. So the next question is how much bananas and oranges. So the next step is to calculate how much oranges he has sold in the month of January. So for this purpose, we are going to use the same SUMIFS formula, but we are going to implement it in a different manner. So this is an alternative way to invoke the SUMIFS function. So it's volume of oranges. We are going to go on top of here and we are going to click FX button. And then this kind of table, this kind of dialog box is going to open. Here we are going to write SUMIFS and we are going to click go. And then the SUMIFS function has come out. We are going to select OK. This is very good if you don't know what the syntax of one function does. So in this the Excel itself will explain to you how each thing within the syntax is working. So for example, if you click here, it's going to tell us sum range are the actual cells to sum. So in our second case, we have oranges, how much oranges Mr. Virat Kohli has sold in the month of January. So sum range is still going to be January. We are going to left click and drag until the bottom. And then the criteria range 1, like our previous example, is going to be the range in which Mr. Virat Kohli lies. So this is our criteria range 1, and the next is criteria 1. It's going to be Mr. Virat Kohli, since we want to know how much he has sold, how much oranges he has sold in the month of January. So we are going to click Mr. Virat Kohli and we are going to move to the criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 is in this example is going to be oranges, how much oranges he has sold in the month of January. So criteria range 2, where does the oranges lie? Oranges lie in this range. So we are going to select this range since this is the range of the fruits. So what is the criteria 2? It's obviously going to be oranges. So we are going to select oranges from here. So where is oranges? Oh, it's here. And then since everything is complete, we don't have to go down more, even though we can add more ranges as well. So we are just going to click OK and our answer has come out. So if you look at this table again, how many oranges Mr. Virat Kohli has sold in the month of January, it's clear that he has sold oranges once only. So, and the answer is 800. So the implementation of our function inside Excel is correct. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you've gotten some knowledge out of it. There are other videos in this Excel shorts format. You can take a look at those as well. Thank you very much.